Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. So normally I jump on Tuesdays and I just do a little like Tech Tuesday, give you some training. I'd listened to a podcast recently and there was some really good information that I wanted to talk about because of course, I'm all about systems, right? And so it just ties in with what we can do to build our business to truly scale it to the point that we're reaching our goals and we're still having a life. So I just wanted to talk about this, and I'm calling it the MNST to help you remember what we're going to talk about. And as always, I'm using StreamYard, so I just need to remind you that in order for me to see the post or see who's commenting, you just need to give StreamYard permission for that. So if you're following me live, I'd love to see some comments. Hey, Carla, I'm always so happy when you join me live. That's awesome. Thank you. So let's jump in. Now, and first of all, is my sound okay? Because I just did some recordings the other day, and I thought my sound was kind of muffled. So let me know in the comments how the sound is. I might have to just get another mic or something, but hopefully you can hear me and everything's good to go. So, what are these four things, and what do you need to do to implement them in your business? So I'm just going to take some time and talk about each one of these. The first one, the M, is all about mentors. Regardless of where you're at in your business, you will never stop needing and truly benefiting from having a mentor. Now, sometimes you can find a mentor that's free, so to speak. They're not charging you. Most of the time, it's some kind of a mentorship relationship. Maybe it's like a coach, or you might be in a program, a small, intimate group, but it's a mentorship. And why is this so important? We're flooded with information, right? You can watch YouTube videos, you can join groups, you can download stuff, you can subscribe, you can read these blogs, you can do all of this stuff. But whatever it is that we're trying to do in our business, it all takes time. And a mentor is someone that's walked in your steps, they've been there, they feel the pain, and they're on the other side, and they can tell you the potholes to watch out for. They can help you, navigate quicker than you would do it on your own. And when you're first starting out, I mean, I get it. Money is tight, and, you really have to look carefully at how you're investing in your business. But let me tell you, and I've learned from my own experience, the people that make the most progress and truly start scaling their business are those who invest in coaches and mentors and someone that can get them to the end goal faster than what they're doing. So M is for mentors, and always look for ways to give back, right? So, if someone's mentored you, can you reach back and mentor someone else? And again, even if it's little things like making a comment in a Facebook group that truly, truly delivers value, not this, come into my spider web and, let me sign you up. Just give value, and you're going to find that that gets repaid 100 times over. So M is for mentors. Yes, you'll always benefit from a mentor. And I like to use the analogy of a franchise a lot, because if somebody purchases a franchise, what are they buying? In a lot of cases, they might be buying the nuts and bolts of that business, but most often they're really kind of buying the knowledge and the packaged up genius that the other person has gone through. So somebody started, a yogurt shop and they learned the hard way, but then they developed it to a point that it was just a really nice business and everything was systematized. They package that up and they sell it as a franchise. And then you, of course, have to pay for the franchise and then maybe pay a monthly fee or something. In your business, as you're growing your online business, I want you to think about that because yes, you can do everything on your own, but it's going to take you 10 times longer. So I'm just encouraging you to keep your mind and heart open for mentorship opportunities. All right. Okay. So the next letter is N. The letter N. Any guesses if anybody's watching live what the letter N is for? And Carla, you're right. A franchise. It's the packaged up genius. That's right. It definitely is. So N is for niche or niche, however you want to say it. And we've probably heard that expression, the riches is in the niches, right? So really, what does that mean? It means the more focused we can hone in on who we really like to help, those people are going to hear us better. All right. So, for instance, if you're a health coach, for instance, what does that mean? There's like billions of people out there, and we all have one thing or another that we probably could need help with. So if you start narrowing it down, how about if you are a health coach and maybe you help middle-aged women get more energy and all of that kind of stuff, but then you realize that a lot of your clients, it's really a thyroid issue. So then if you start narrowing down that niche, do you see what's happening? All of a sudden, anybody that has or thinks that they have some kind of a thyroid issue, they're going to hear that message because it's already on their mind. And now let's take it a step further. Maybe you're a health coach that helps women who have thyroid issues as a result of going through chemotherapy. That would be an awesome niche. I went through chemo. I have thyroid issues. If I saw something like that, honey, I would be all over that offer. So do you see how when we really niche down as much as we can really get those ideal people, the leads, the clients, they'll hear our message. Now, so of course, the first thing is everybody says, but I can help so many people. Yes, we all can because we're geniuses, right? We've got that creative, spark in our brain and we can do so many things, but we can't serve everybody if we really want to deliver that wow service. And, so people initially resist niching down because they think that they're going to be losing opportunities. But it's really the opposite because it's like that watered Kool-Aid, or lemonade. It's like, well, that doesn't even taste very good. But if you really hone it down to a specific group of people, then they're going to hear that message better. So how does that look for my business? So if I had to define my perfect niche, my perfect client, my perfect avatar, who would it be? It would be middle-aged women. I enjoy working with women, middle-aged, or maybe they're empty nesters now. Their kids are off to college or kids are married. They've come from a corporate background. They have some kind of higher education. They might have even been running a B2B business and they're coming online. That is my perfect avatar. Someone who's making a little bit of money. They've kind of tested the waters. They know that they have something that's sellable. They understand and use technology. They're not a newbie, but technology is not their love language. All right. So do you see how by narrowing it down, I'm really focusing on that specific group of people that I can help. And those people are going to hear me. They're going to hear my message. So N is for niching down. All right. So the third S is for systems. As I like to joke, systems is my middle name. When you're building a business, and the earlier you can do this, the better off you're going to be. Your business is not going to be able to grow and thrive unless you have systems in place. And when I talk about systems, I'm not talking about all of these high-end techie kinds of systems. It can be something as simple as a little checklist. When you're getting ready to do something, do you have a checklist so that you are not missing any little step? All right. So for instance, you're getting ready to create a new landing page. Do you have a little checklist that you go through so that every little thing is taken care of? And what's nice is when you work off of checklists or when you work off of systems, it actually relieves the brain of pressure, because they call it decision fatigue. We can only make so many decisions in a day. And the more decisions we have to make, the more wiped out we get. So again, just a super simple thing. Do you have some kind of system in place for how you name your documents? Do you have a system in place for what you do when you first get a client, right? My system, very simple, but I create a quick little Word document. I name it with their name, intake. So Debbie Starr, intake. And then what do? I have a very specific folder on my desktop called clients, and I create a folder. It goes in there. I don't even have to think about it. You could come to me next month and say, hey, can we talk about when we met 2 months ago or whatever it is? I know exactly where to find that document to get all of that history. And it's only because I have a system. I don't even have to think about it. It's just automatic. So as you're working through your business, I want you to look at ways that you can create little systems so that you don't have to think about it, so that it's just automatic. Yes, Carlos, you're right. The more decisions we make, the end of the day, total brain fry, right? Our brain is fatigued. All right. So, and I do want to mention, I might have mentioned this before, but a great book that I read, it's called The Checklist Manifesto, and it's written by Atul, A-T-U-L, Gawande, Gawande, maybe Gawande. If you just Google the Checklist Manifesto, he is a surgeon. I don't know if he's still practicing, but powerful book. Now you would think, okay, surgeons, they need a checklist, and it was life-saving what he designed. Any thing that gets repeated, if you create a checklist, it is amazing what it will do for your life and your business, of course. So, and speaking of checklists, I'll put a link below, because I do have a little funnel checklist, like a blueprint, that I'll share with you if that's of interest for you. So again, once you get these systems in place, S for systems, your business will really be able to take off, because you won't be spinning your wheels. You won't be spending hours doing something that could take minutes, because you've already made the decisions. You know exactly what to do, how to do it. You're not wasting time going back and like redoing because you've made a mistake, right? And then the last letter is T for testing. And if I could share one piece of advice, especially for newbies, what I would say is don't be afraid to test. And there's really no such thing as failing. All it means is something didn't work right. Maybe your messaging wasn't right. Your market's not quite ready for that. It just means it's just an answer. My husband loves to use the expression, no is not a bad word. It's just an answer. It's either yes or no. It's just an answer. So when we're building out our products, building out our services, even trying to go on Facebook Live or trying to use some new technology, don't worry about failing. It's not failing. It just means, oh, maybe I need to go back to the drawing board on that offer because I put it out there and it was crickets. Or you launch something and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness, I have to redo that email. I made such a goof on it, a typo. Who cares? Nobody's going to remember. That it's not, people aren't looking for perfection. What people are looking for is how do we rise above a situation, right? So, you know that I use both Funnel Gorgeous and also Kartra. And probably 3 years ago, I think, and I might have told the story before, but Kartra had like a major server crash and their system was down for hours, like 6 hours. Well, in the technology world and the internet world, I mean, that could be death, right? I was so impressed with how they handled that. And I don't know what the details were as far as why the server crashed, but they immediately owned the situation. They emailed everybody. They let everybody know. They let all their clients know that they were on top of the problem. They didn't have an estimated uptime, but they would keep us informed. And it just was very reassuring because it's like, okay, they've got that under control. Did I like it? Now, I wasn't in the middle of something. If I was like in the middle of a launch or something, maybe I'd be irritated, but life happens. Things happen. So as an entrepreneur, I never want you to have that fear of failure to hold you back. In one of the Facebook groups, I just saw somebody say that they were afraid to do an email blast because they were afraid that, they would start spamming people or something. You're not going to make progress if you don't put stuff out there and test it. All testing is market research. All right. And the best little thing that I learned from Liz, one of my clients in the past, was use the term version. All right. So if you release something to the universe and it doesn't give you the results that you wanted, that's okay. That was the beta version or version 1. And guess what? As the entrepreneur and CEO of your business, then you have the opportunity of making version 2. And version 2 is going to be so much better. So it's not a failure. It's just different versions. All right. So, and not that you have to tell the world, okay, this is version 2, but in your mind, maybe it'll help you be more willing to keep trying. It gives you the grace to accept it. Okay, I'm going to make those changes and move forward. So last week I had just ran a live workshop, Stack the Deck workshop, and there were some glitches because I was testing out some new workflows in Funnel Gorgeous. Things didn't go perfectly, but at the end of that launch, what did I do? I analyzed what worked, what didn't work, what needs to be changed, how will I do it differently going forward. Just all of this valuable information that you can use to move forward. So again, the last letter T, don't be afraid to test. So as a wrap up, M is a mentor. Make sure that you get good mentors, and your mentors will change as your business changes. But you need to budget for them. You need to be thinking and looking for these mentors that can help you grow your business. Define your niche as much as you can. Keep working on it. When you get a really awesome client, think to yourself, what is it about that client that I really liked? And that will help you learn to niche down even further. S, of course, is for systems. We could go on for days about how you can create systems. Look for little systems to build in your system or in your business today. And then T, of course, testing. Don't be afraid to test. It's great, isn't it? That we can just keep trying and trying and trying. And, we're going to hit that gold. We just can't give up. So that's what I have for you today. And before I go, I just want to let you know something new that I'm working on. I'm putting together another live workshop, and this one's all about how to create a digital product without the overwhelm of tech. So who's in for that one? You can put that in the comments. So how to create a digital product without the overwhelm of tech. So I'll be posting details in the future on that. So thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on replay, make sure you let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube, I would love it if you wanted to subscribe to my channel. And that's all I have for today. So thanks for joining me, and reach out. Let me know how else I can help you. Take care.